Welcome back to Lucore Automotive Services, guys. I'm at the shop at night working on a customer's car. I'm not even sure if this will be allowed to be shown, but I thought I'd video it in case they allow me to do a video on this car. It's a pretty cool car. He hasn't even signed the paperwork on it yet, and it's a 1970 Olds 442 automatic column shift tick-tock tack with a bench seat, and it's a post car, so it's a super cool car, and it's actually been really like a good driver quality remodel done on it, or reconditioned done on it. 38,000 mile original car, and I'm down here at night because the paperwork hasn't even been signed on it yet, and the alternator's not charging. It's like, oh, and it's an AC car with factory AC on it. Pretty cool car. It's a teal, well, not really a teal, more of an aqua, I would guess. Aqua with a white top, white interior with black inlays and lowers, black seat belts, black carpet. Pretty cool car. 38,000 mile original vehicle with air. Digital Colt radio, wood grain dash inlays, crank out vent windows, a pretty cool button seat, ooh, horn works, split buckets, crank down rear windows, ashtrays in the back seat. That's something you don't see these days. Dome light doesn't work. It's a pretty cool car. I've always, obviously I have a big place in my heart for A-bodies from GM. I do like these things. I have a lot of experience and a lot of time in making these things work better. I actually did an alignment on it earlier today, and I didn't catch that the generator wasn't working. Still has the dealer tag on it because the dealer was nice enough to let us take the car before the paperwork's even signed. But I'm going to stick an alternator on this thing. I love this 442 front end. It's just sinister. It looks like it wants to eat you. Is it a perfect car? No, it's not. Is it an excellent driver car? Yes. Yes, it is. This car sat for 20 years in a barn or a garage, waiting to be resurrected. And the repaint's pretty good. It's not show quality, but it is absolutely a driver quality car. It's got some work done into the quarters, into the lower doors, but the pinch welds on the rockers and the floor pans are amazing. The frame and suspension components look pretty good. Hopefully he'll let me do some suspension upgrades to it. Springs, bushings, basically make it work correctly together. It does have some spacers in the front coils, but it's an amazing little car for what it is. Well, let me get this alternator changed out because it's late and I have a car coming to us from out of state tomorrow for me to work on, and I should probably be well rested for that. What do you guys think of these 1970 Oldsmobile 442s? I like them. I think they're a great looking car. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, good Lord. Factory 442, 455. Column shift with AC. And a fan clutch. pretty cool car, man. I would drive the wheels off this thing. Tires are date coded 2023. It still has the original brake rotors on it that have the they have the slot in them. Let's see if you can see that. Do you see the slot in there? So that was to help with keeping the noise down from the pad rattling. I've never seen that in an aftermarket wheel. I've only seen that on factory original wheels. The bushings aren't horrible, but they could definitely stand to be redone. I mean, it is a 50-year-old car. But really, the car's in really good shape. It's got plastic inner liners to help lighten the load. GM started to lighten things in 1970. Looks like it's got a brand new wiper motor on it, or at least a wiper cover. It's had a lot of paint work done. Doesn't look like they repainted that piece though. This has definitely been repainted. Air cleaner's been repainted, at least the top cover has. Super cool car. I mean, not bad at all. New brakes, it had new calipers, hoses, pads, master cylinder. Looks like the original brake or battery cables are on it. Like, this is a really good survivor car, man. Still has the underhood insulation. Definitely been repainted over on this side. Maybe not on this side as much. Maybe they painted it to here instead of all the way in. Huh. Interesting. It's always neat seeing different things when you look at a car as to what's painted and what's not. Yeah, this has definitely been resprayed. You can see the overspray on the black. It wasn't disassembled for that. But this isn't sprayed blue or aqua, where this is. So, little tells of the tail. I actually dig this black and white interior. Tick tock tack. So it's a clock, but it's also a tachometer. Super cool. So this has been a very special customer of mine. I've been working on his cars for well over 20 years. Longer than I've had kids, actually, which is kind of hard to believe how much time has gone by. They have always been super polite and gracious. And when they're in town, I do everything I can to help them have a more enjoyable stay. They don't get to vacation very often, at least not here. So luckily for me, this is going to be hot. I just drove this here. Ooh, hot, hot, hot potato. Hot potato. Let's see if this other one I have over here on the bench will work. Oh, this one's clocked wrong. Let's reclock it. Worst case scenario, I will rebuild the other one. It's a 10SI GM Alternator, LucoreRacing. may actually have the parts here to rebuild it. I'm trying to get away with not doing that tonight because it's late and I want to go to sleep. So let's see if I can hang this guy on here and solve our problem. So what's going on is the AC wasn't working, so we fired it up and let it idle. It was the middle of the day and you couldn't really see the red light on the dash that says charging. And I drove it over here, and the faster I drove, the light got dimmer and almost went out. But as soon as I turned the AC on, it just bright red. So the load from the AC and the fan was just killing the charging system. So I'm gonna pull these 4 bolts out and reclock this, see if I can get it to where I need it to be, which is 180 from where it's at. And this thing looks brand new. Yeah, this one's from CarQuest. But hey, if it works, it'll work. Let's give it a try. Alright, so reclocked this girl to the same position as the other one. Where's my bolt? I set it down somewhere dumb. Must have. Belt on. Nut. The nut behind the wheel is the one responsible for all of the crazy things that happen to this car. Usually in a good way. What did I do with that? Oh. It fell on the ground. Gravity trying to fool me again. Well, hopefully this guy that I had sitting around will work for me. Plug you in there. Pull my tape off so I don't make sparkies. That was almost sparky. This didn't have a ground strap to the alternator, so we should probably add one of those just to be thorough. That's a positive, that won't work. These must be new cables. I would think that would be hooked up to something. I don't know. 100% copper. That's what it says. W. Oh, the battery cable's broke. Well, that's lame. Alright, I'll have to fix that. That's not going to cause good things to happen. Battery cable's broke. Like, how do you I don't know. Like, that's not good. Somebody got too many ugga-duggas on it. It's just lead, guys. It doesn't need to be super tight. Make this guy snug, but not tight. And then we're going to pull this guy up. Oh, snugger than that. Snugger than that still. And yet a little bit more. Alright, that's pretty good. Oop. Nope, it's off the pulley on the bottom. Oh, now it's really off the pulley on the bottom. Ouch. Ooh, that's hot. All the things we do for our people. Oh, that's better. Now we're cooking. That'll do. Put my wrench. Good, we're tight there, we're tight there, we're tight there. Let's give an extra ugga-dugga to that bolt. Then the big question is, do we have satisfaction? Is our alternator charging? Well, let's find out. So if it's not, it's going to need a voltage regulator, and I don't have one of those here today. Belt's loose. Oh. But I'm charging. Well, I'm not charging. Crap. I am not on the belt correctly. So let's fix that. Story of my life. And then there's gravity. Oddly enough, I'm not showing that I'm charging, but I'm not, my light's out now, which is weird. What I get for trying to do stuff in the middle of the night. Oh, dang. What I gotta do to get that out of there? Oh boy. So I had to jack the car up, pull the belt out. Lock it down. Alright, let's see if this is charging. I'm not sure it's gonna, because I don't see a voltage regulator anywhere. I'm getting mixed signals online about whether a 1970 would be internally voltage regulated or externally voltage regulated. Which isn't a big deal. If it doesn't work, then I'll stick a regulator into the other alternator and put it back on the car, and hopefully that'll solve our problem. Somebody spent a lot of time on this car, that's for sure. For what it is, it's a nice car. Let's fire it up, see what happens. See if I got the alternator on correctly this time. So my generator light is out now. My belt is running correctly. And I'm charging. Winning. That's hot. I wonder what our RPM is, because with the alternator on, or with the compressor on, I'm going to guess it's going to be too low. This should have a kick-up solenoid on it for the AC. It's way too low. And it's not charging. don't see a kick-up solenoid. For the time being, I think I'm just going to bump the idle up. Oh, come on. Can't even see it. That's not going to work. Let's see if the TikTok tech tells us the tail. So TikTok tells us we're at 1100 RPM. We're going to back that back down a little bit. And you guys all talk bad about Rochester carburetors, but when they're dialed in correctly, they actually run really well. Still a little high. 1,000 with the air conditioning running. It's probably 800 RPM. We're charging at 13.2 at idle, which is good. Take that. Alright, well I'm going to count that as a win today. We got 13 volts charging with the AC on at idle. The AC is blowing cold. The car has a few things to overcome, but they all do, and we just got our hands on this one, so hopefully he'll decide to keep it, and I don't know what the next step will be, but we'll figure that out, and if he's cool with us showing it, we'll show you what we do with this thing. Pretty cool 1970 Olds Cutlass 442. Tell me what you think about the Oldsmobile products. I've always loved these cars. Anyway, you guys have a good night. I'm going to go take this back to my customer and go home and get some sleep. Stay safe out there. Have a great day. Fix that stuff that's sitting in your garage. It wants to be played with. Oh, tell for another day. Have a great night, guys. Peace.